far from sunlight and familiar life. There are places on Earth where the rules loosen their grip. Isolated valleys, sunken trenches, caves sealed for millions of years. Here, nature does not aim for beauty, it aims for survival. Creatures grow longer, heavier, stranger. Eyes vanish, jaws expand, bodies bend into shapes that feel wrong. At first glance, they look like monsters, but monsters are only mysteries we haven't understood yet. Isolation is a powerful force. When populations are cut off, evolution has fewer options and takes bolder risks. In these environments, there is no escape, no migration, no competition from the outside world. Every generation becomes more extreme than the last. What survives here isn't the strongest, but the most specialized. Pause. To understand why nature keeps creating these forms, we have to go deeper, into places where isolation stretches across space, time, and pressure. And nowhere is that isolation more complete than at the bottom of the ocean. The deep sea is the largest isolated habitat on Earth. Dark, cold, crushed under hundreds of atmospheres of pressure. Sunlight never arrives, plants cannot grow, and time itself seems to slow. Food is rare, so bodies adapt. Mouths grow enormous because a meal may come once a month or once a year. Teeth curve inwards so prey cannot escape. Some creatures stretch thin and skeletal, conserving energy, while others grow grotesquely large, slowing their metabolism to survive starvation. This is not excess, it is efficiency taken to extremes. Pause. In isolation, evolution stops polishing edges and cuts straight to function. Bioluminescent lures glow in absolute darkness. Transparent bodies vanish into black water, and every feature is a gamble where failure means extinction. Yet the deeper we look, the more these forms repeat themselves, not because evolution enjoys monsters, but because isolation keeps asking the same brutal question: how far can life bend before it breaks? Music softens, but isolation doesn't only exist in the ocean's depths. Sometimes it rises into the air. High above sea level on mountaintops and remote plateaus, life faces a different kind of isolation. The air is thin, oxygen scarce, cold unrelenting. Animals grow larger lungs, thicker blood, and slower heartbeats. Some develop exaggerated limbs or faces, not for appearance, but to regulate heat or breathing. On isolated islands, the effects become stranger still. With few predators, prey species grow careless and sometimes enormous. Without competition, predators shrink, losing the need for speed or strength. This is how giant rodents and miniature elephants once existed. Isolation does not guide evolution gently, it removes guardrails. Traits that would be disastrous elsewhere are allowed to flourish. Pause. Over time, these creatures stop resembling their ancestors and become something new, something unsettling. And once isolation lasts long enough, there is no return. Even if the outside world reconnects, these species can no longer survive anywhere else. They are perfectly adapted to a world that barely exists. Music dips, but some of the most extreme monsters were shaped not by geography, but by time itself. Caves are time capsules, sealed ecosystems unchanged for millions of years. Inside, evolution slows and then twists. Without light, eyes waste energy, so they disappear. Without predators, defenses fade and bodies soften. Limbs stretch unnaturally long, probing darkness inch by inch. Some cave species evolve senses so extreme they can feel vibrations from a single drop of water. These animals are not blind by accident, they are blind by design. Pause. Isolation removes feedback from the outside world. There is no need to see color, no reason to be fast, no advantage in beauty. What remains is pure adaptation. And once again, forms emerge that feel alien, not because they are unnatural, but because they evolved without us in mind. Caves remind us of something unsettling. If human eyes had never existed, life would look very different. Music fades briefly, but isolation doesn't only shape bodies. It shapes behavior as well. In isolated environments, behavior can become as strange as anatomy. Deep-sea predators conserve energy so precisely they may not move for days. Some fish abandon social instincts entirely, living solitary lives from birth to death. Others form bizarre partnerships, merging bodies, sharing organs, blurring the line between individuals. These behaviors look disturbing to us, but they are logical solutions to isolation. When mates are rare, evolution finds shortcuts. When food is scarce, cooperation replaces competition. Pause. Over time, these strategies lock in. The creature becomes dependent on its environment, and the environment becomes a cage. If conditions change, there is no backup plan. Isolation produces extremes, but extremes are fragile. Many of these so-called monsters live on the edge of extinction, balanced perfectly between survival and collapse. And that raises a final question. If isolation keeps creating creatures that look monstrous to us, what does that say about our idea of normal life? Perhaps these creatures are not monsters at all. Perhaps they are mirrors. They show us what life becomes when stripped of comfort, abundance, and choice. Isolation does not corrupt nature. It reveals it. Evolution has no preference for beauty, only for continuation. Given enough time and enough separation, life will explore every possibility, even the ones that unsettle us. Pause. And as human activity isolates habitats faster than ever, we may be creating new evolutionary experiments without realizing it. What forms will emerge in tomorrow's isolated worlds? What creatures are already changing, unseen? The monsters are not mistakes. They are answers to environments we barely understand. And the deeper we look into isolation, the clearer one truth becomes. Life does not evolve for us. It evolves despite us.